Okay, I've already done my usual settings check, so we are ready to record. Radio check, Chris.
G'day.
Radio check, Declan.
Good day, mate.
Yeah, close enough. I dread to think what accent that was, but it's fine. We'll go with
Close
it.
enough.
We'll go with it. So, gentlemen, it is 8:15 on Friday the 25th. Uh, Ubisoft released the summer roadmap for Shadows yesterday. It's kind of funny that it's the summer roadmap and we're at the end of July, but we won't worry about the that. We'll just crack on. I'm on my second very strong Belgian beer, so I could be completely incoherent by the end of this recording. But should we talk about the summer roadmap and what's in it and what we're interested in and what we're excited about?
Sounds good.
Yeah, all right. I mean, Chris, I've shared my screen here in Zoom. Do you want to talk us through the progression update and what's coming and what catches your eye?
So, progression update is the first thing that's coming, and what does that say? It's coming at the beginning of. Oh, sorry. What
Do
does
you
it say? I
know
can't see
there
the screen.
isn't? Oh, July 29th.
July 29th, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not that far away. Is that
Mm,
next week? What's the
yeah.
date today? Oh, sorry, you
Yeah.
just said 25th, aye, so no, only 4 days. And we're getting New Game Plus, which I know a lot of people have been asking for since the beginning of time because it happens every time an ACK releases. It doesn't release with New Game Plus, but I mean, do games usually release with a New Game Plus already in it?
Claire Obscure did.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
which
enough.
I don't know if that's rare, but for Assassin's Creed, it's usually added up. I mean, Origins was added later, Odyssey was added later.
Yeah, and see
Mirage, I don't remember.
the reason I don't know is because even though I play a lot of games, I don't usually pay attention to New Game Plus because my whole life, anytime I've wanted to restart the game, I usually just restart from scratch. And I know that's a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't like doing that. A lot of people want to keep their stats and their armor and weapons and all these types of things. I've just never been like that. So this update is specifically not for me, but I know a lot of people are excited for this one. So yeah,
Yeah.
we've got
Yeah.
that. We've got level cap increase.
From
So
60 to
I
80, I think.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the numbers were. So that's, I mean, that's fine. That's what it is. Knowledge rank 9 and 10. So I was thinking about this. You've got your knowledge ranks and you've got your skills. The only thing you really need your knowledge ranks for is to unlock certain skills, certain tiers of skills.
Yeah.
So are we getting more skills? Or are
They
we
are
just getting
adding,
the knowledge ranks?
when you go into like the mastery levels,
hmm
they are adding a new set of mastery levels.
Right, okay, so it's
Um,
just pretty much like more like buffs and stuff,
yeah.
really.
Yeah. What I'm curious about, so for example, is I was playing Shadows yesterday, just doing the weeklies. My
hmm
Noway is level 60, but also like mastery level 18.
Right.
Will that automatically jump her to level 78, or do I need to reset my points and reinvest them? I don't know, but it'll be interesting to
Um,
see how it calculates or how it uses the extra levels I've already built, you know?
yeah, that will actually be interesting to see. What else we got here? We've got Forge level 4. So I'm assuming with that comes some more stuff to add to your Forge, some new buildings or whatever.
Yeah, and we can upgrade our weapons to a new level called
Uh,
Mythic. Declan, was it? Did you see that in the notes? I can't remember now, but I think it's Mythic, but I could be wrong.
Sorry, I just said more buildings thinking the Forge was the hideout. I'm totally getting that wrong there. The Forge is a building in the hideout, and that's specifically to make your weapons better. So Forge level 4, then that means, yeah, probably do more stuff with weapon upgrades and stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we've got new achievements and trophies, which is something I'm always into. New Animus themed rewards, new content. No, new store content. So yeah, that's that for July 29th.
So good stuff coming. I can't wait for New Game Plus. I've been waiting for it for 3 months, and I want to
Yeah.
replay the story. I'm going to ignore the side content. I tell you one thought I've got on knowledge rank 9 and 10. So the way you leveled up your knowledge was doing specific activities in the open world.
Hmm.
Are they going to add new activities, or do you have to repeat the same activities in New Game Plus to level up from knowledge rank to knowledge rank 9 and 10? I don't
I
know the
would
answer,
like
but I'm
them.
wondering how they're doing it.
I would like them to add more like mini games and stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and not put them in a new area, but populate the world that's already there with them.
Level cap increase, fine. Knowledge rank, okay. I remember in Odyssey it was quite fun once you'd reached level 99 to, or actually level 50 unlocked mastery levels, and you could really customize your play style by sort of buffing different,
Yeah,
abilities and points. And it was, I mean, I on the topic of New Game Plus, I'm the opposite to you, Chris. I think my one of my Odyssey saves is like 5 New Game Pluses chained together
yeah,
with like 400 ability points. Is nuts.
Jesus.
But it's really fun just to go in on nightmare difficulty and then really spec for certain styles of play, which this will unlock. Forge level 4. I never really, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I never really felt the impact of upgrading my weapons. I guess it's something to do, but eh, it's not something I'm
Yeah.
I'm obsessive about having all my
Well,
gear at level 80
I
or
did.
whatever.
I felt it on my second playthrough. A lot of the time I would be my weapons were about 10 levels below the enemies I was fighting, and it would, especially with a boss or something, it would be quite a struggle. You'd really need to fight hard. So I did feel it, but I would never really bother engraving it and things like that.
Okay, understood. Understood. And then the next set of updates we've got are quality of life improvements. Now, this is interesting. And honestly, I'm happy to see this because before we hit record, Chris and I were chatting. And it's just really nice to see the team listening to feedback and acting on it honestly fairly quickly. Game came out in March. I know it's been 3 or 4 months, but these updates take time. They've got to be scoped out, they've got to be coded, and especially they've got to be tested. No, they
Yeah.
can't just code this stuff and throw it out. Um, so I'm really happy to see this. Fast forward time of day is the big one, and what I'll do for those of you watching on YouTube, I'll put these screenshots on the screen for those of you watching on YouTube, so you can sort of see what we're talking through. Um, so fast forward time of day is the big one. Unfogging the map. I'll come to that in a sec. Hideout updates. They haven't talked much about that, but we'll see what's going on there. Uncapped frame rate in cutscenes, finally. And then it says more free content. I'm guessing that's different armor sets and stuff that you can unlock with your if you do the weekly missions and whatever. The funny thing about fast forward time of day is the guy Simon, who sort of leads the videos. He said we really didn't want to do this, but we listened to your feedback. And I know that they said in all the pre-release stuff, we want you to sort of use your environment and master the stealth. It's different in the summer, it's different in the winter, there's different challenges, and I totally get that. But I know I said it months ago, sometimes I just want to role play as that shinobi in the darkness, and this game doesn't let me do it because I can't meditate. So I'm really happy to see this, because when I'm Yasuke, I want it to be high noon in the castle courtyard, and I want to be fighting these guys hand to hand. And when I'm Naoe, I want it to be midnight in the shadows. So I'm really happy to see this. And I got to say, the unfogging the world map one is really funny to me, because I mean I haven't unfogged every inch of the map, but I know some players. I've seen it on the subreddit. I know some of our podcast friends in Discord have done this, where they have walked every hill and every area. Have you done this, Chris? Because you're nodding. Have you?
I
Are
done
you
it
one of
on
these
my
guys?
second playthrough, although there's still quite a bit of left to do. But yeah, from the beginning of the game, I was trying to uncover the whole map.
And I respect that. I respect the dedication, because this world is not designed for you to just go as the crow
No.
flies, point to point. You're supposed to follow the road. So I'm pleased to see this update. And just for the PC gamers out there like me, I play Shadows mostly on PC. I do have it on the PlayStation as well. It was so jarring to go from this beautiful open world at 60, 70, 80, 100, whatever frames a second. Then you've got these capped cutscenes, to the point where I remember when I started the game, I actually DM'd one of the community devs and said, "Is there something wrong with the cutscenes? Because they don't look right to me, because they were so different to the open world, you could
Yeah.
see the difference, you know. So I'm pleased to see the uncapped frame rate as well. What are your thoughts, Chris, on the quality of
Well,
life update
you know
on the
how
back?
long I've been banging on about the time of day thing because I was saying it since the review because that was one of that's like what my biggest issue with the game and it's getting
Yeah,
fixed.
yeah, it's
So I'm
brilliant.
really, really happy about that. Like I said before, I want to be able to do my assassinating at night and I want to do my traveling in the daytime so I can actually see the beautiful landscape
Yeah,
instead of just being pitch black.
yeah, I'm with you there.
So that I actually wanted to ask you just to go back a wee bit.
Mm.
We're talking about New Game Plus. You're saying you're really excited for it, so and you're saying about playing on Odyssey and putting it on Nightmare mode. Well, there is what like a Nightmare mode in Shadows now. So will you, on your New Game Plus, will you be doing that?
So I watched the video, and again, Simon, the director, he lists out everything they've changed for Nightmare mode. And
Hmm.
I realized the way he's talking and the way they've scripted that video is they're sort of basically goading us to go and do stupid things, like setting it to the hardest difficulty. Can I be honest?
Hmm.
I think it's a step too far for me. I
Oh
play on
yeah.
expert, and that feels hard enough. Um, I suppose here's what I'll say: if I could change the difficulty mid game, I'll probably start on Nightmare and see how it goes.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
think you can.
right, okay. If
It's
it
not
was going
like
to be like
permadeath.
Mirage, right, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking. If it was like Mirage just permadeath, then I'll just play on expert and just run through like that. But I think I'll have a go. I think I'll have a go.
yeah. See, I've not even tried Shadows like on even just the hard difficulty, not even Nightmare. Because I don't know, I just always seem to play games just on the normal setting, and
Mm,
that's that. Unless there's trophies and achievements involved, we need to play it on hard, then I'll go for it. But I'm tempted to play Shadows on Nightmare just because of like you know me, stealth is my thing, and I love Shadows because of its stealth mechanics and
yeah.
the changes to stealth in Nightmare mode are absolutely insane to me. Some of the things that so yeah, it would I think it would make it so borderline impossible to play, but I still want to give it a shot. So and
Curse
especially
you, Simon, and your video. What have you done to us?
see the thing is that the new achievements and trophies is in the same block as the new game plus. So if there happens to be a trophy that's like you need to complete the game on Nightmare or something like that, New Game Plus Nightmare, then I'm going to have to.
Okay, got it.
The
I mean,
OCD demands it.
yeah, you're a Sekiro guy. How hard can this be? You know. So
Mm, I'd be
I
surprised.
wonder actually if we because I okay, I'm with you. I'll do a nightmare. When I do New Game Plus, I'll choose whatever the is it called Nightmare? I can't remember, but
Yeah, I
I'll
can't
choose the
remember.
new difficulty level and let's just compare notes in a few weeks or a few months' time. You know, if we end up playing as Yasuke just because it's easier to bulldoze our way through because the
Yeah.
stealth is too hard, then we'll, you know, that
Well,
would be
this is
quite
the
funny.
other thing is that I'm because of these updates, I'm itching to start a third playthrough. It will be,
Mm.
but I don't really want to do it until we get the fast forward time of day.
And that's
I
not coming
kind
till
of
September,
want
is
that
it?
from the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and that's not until beginning of September, it says. So, oh, I
Mm.
don't know if I can wait that long, but I've got plenty of other things to play until then, so I
I
might
think I'm going
have
to
to.
go for it. I think I'm in the right mood for a new run through Shadows. So I'm going to go New Game Plus. I'm going to start it soon, next few days, and I'm going to go for it. And yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Maybe making the game harder because the thing is, the game isn't that difficult, especially when you've maxed out now. So when you fuck up stealth and it becomes a brawl, it's still
Yeah.
not that hard. But maybe making the melee and everything harder will force you to be more stealthy.
Mm,
Use the tools, use the environment, pick the time of day, which again would be easier if you could fast forward the time of day. But anyway, so it might be interesting to see how it changes our approach to each mission and so on. What do you think, Declan? What are your thoughts on the quality of life updates and the new features coming in a few days?
I'm just wondering if I've been playing Shadows correctly because looking at the quality of life stuff coming on July 29th, I've got nowhere near max knowledge rank, nowhere near max level, and I've completed the entire game. I haven't even upgraded my forge yet either. It's still level 1 or 2. I haven't really touched it. So I'm curious how it's going to affect my playthrough since I've done the entire game and I've not touched any of these mechanics. So for me, it feels like nothing interesting for me because I've completed the game and I've not touched them. Same with the ally system. I've not touched it at all. So I don't know. I think I have a lot of issues with the roadmap, but I don't want to be negative because I know a lot of people are excited and I do think a lot of the qualities coming are great and I'm very positive in the direction the team's taken Shadows, but there's still a few major issues for me left that these constant updates aren't fixing. So I don't know, I'm still unhappy.
So what issues have you got that these are not fixing?
For me, the biggest one is the replayability. So New Game Plus is a great replayability for a lot of these settings, especially the fast forward time of day, the level increase, the nightmare mode. These are great for people who have the time to redo New Game Plus, or these are really great features for new players. But if you're someone like me who doesn't have a lot of time to sit back and redo the entire story from beginning, it's kind of like every update you bring, especially with the two crossovers we've had that were like 3 missions long, done in under an hour, it's like there's nothing for me to do in the game with these settings. Like, what do I really get out of fast traveling the time of day when I've got no missions left for the story? I do have a lot of like side stuff for the people of Oni and the people of locations, but they're not important enough to drag me back in because they're just world fillers. So for me, it's like, well, where's the content that I'm going to want to test these features with? Because if I'm loading shadows back up just to walk around the world for 10 minutes doing the same repeated bandit camps, it's not really fun, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah. I mean, for me, the level cap increase, the new knowledge rank, Forge level 4, I don't care about those right now until I start a new game, which will be a new game plus. Because, like you, mate, I've completed everything the game has to offer, and the weeklies aren't that interesting. And I'm not the sort of person that would do the weeklies for months just to grind out these levels. So, yeah, in some ways, these new features are irrelevant. I wonder what proportion of players who buy Shadows just play the base game and then move on and never touch it again. Half, two thirds. These are probably features for 10%, 20% of the player base that want to replay it and just take pride or enjoyment from leveling up.
And I think I can respect that because I know my brother-in-law, he bought Valhalla to 100% it. But the only reason he 100% Valhalla was because when he got bored of like farming enemies or farming certain tasks for the achievements, he could do like the river raids, the mastery challenges, the tomb, stuff like that. Stuff that was repeatable that you could just take a break from. But with Shadows having none of that repeatable content, I do respect a lot of the high level players now who've probably platinumed the game. But what's these features going to do for them if they've platinumed the game and they don't want to do the game plus, for example? There's until the Claws of Awaji comes out, there's nothing in the game at the moment that's going to warrant replayability. And if Ubisoft want Shadows to be this live service that lasts for 2 years, there needs to be more than just, okay, here's a free quest that's going to take you 10 minutes to do,
Yeah.
and you can't replay it. But next month, we'll give you fast travel where you can fast travel any time of day. in 10 seconds. Well, what's the point if there's no
No,
reason
sorry,
for
it's not
it?
fast travel at any time of day. It's to fast forward the time of day.
I know I was just making a joke, like a new feature in like a few
All
years.
right.
I was just I was just
Totally
not
went
meaning
over my
like
man.
I'm just trying to make the point that like if it lasts for 2 years and let's say next year and they've got no big DLC planned and they suddenly drop a new feature,
There'll definitely
what's
be another
gonna
DLC, but yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, what's gonna drag the players back in? That's the problem. What is going to keep people interested when we have a stacked month of gaming coming out and we've got the Switch 2 out? That's taken a lot of people's interest with the new
Mm,
Pokemon that's coming out because that's a very big popular franchise. So it's kind of that battle of where's Ubisoft going to keep the attention span for players until the next game. And they can't just keep relying on weeklies or quality of life. There
yeah,
has to be more
yeah.
reason to come back.
Well, I think that segues nicely into part three of what we've been told, which is September the 16th expansion. Excited by that, Declan?
Oh, I'm over the moon. That's 9 days from
Now
my
we're
birth.
talking. There he is. There he is.
This is what I want from
Yeah,
Shadows. This is
yeah.
DLC. It's 10 plus hours, new region, new weapon with the bow staff, I think it is. It's going to be the reason I want to get back into it. It's going to be the reason
Mm,
I use some of these quality of life. So if I'm playing the
yes.
new region and I can't get past, let's say, a new enemy campment, then I'm going to switch it tonight and stealth it. And that's why I'm having Air Shadows installed and always updated for the DLC. So I can use all these features for the DLC because I'm over the moon. I want this DLC tomorrow.
I'm with you there, mate. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to new story. I'm looking forward to the new weapon. Did you before you joined the Zoom? Chris and I were just rewatching the trailer and just pausing it at certain points. Did you do that yourself and see some of the things they're hinting at in the DLC?
I did, and there's quite a few hints that
Mm,
I'm expecting and hoping they deliver.
go on.
First one is an expansion to the Lost Icky, which is what now his mother set up.
Yeah.
I think her mum's going to play a major role.
Yep.
And I actually think there's going to be a betrayal from a close friend of um, Naoe and Yasuke that's going to play into it as well.
Is it Hanzo by any chance?
Yes.
Ooh.
I,
Japan's slipperiest
I knew you
customer.
were going to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, because when I played the epilogue and he was like, "Oh yeah, I pretended to call out to your father as his mother, as your mother,"
Mm.
I was like, "You're a douche.
Yeah. What the fuck was
You're
that?
yeah." And I think personally, I think he's got something against the Brotherhood, and I think he wants to get rid of Naoi's mum because she's trying to take that Western culture of the Brotherhood and integrate it into the Japanese culture to become one Brotherhood. But I think he wants it centralized, how like the Icky was, where it was clan leaders working together. Whereas I think the mum wants it to be like the Western Brotherhood, where it's just connected, single goal to keep peace, which is a very clever idea.
Yeah.
Could be.
One thought I've had rewatching the trailer, so I've paused the screen here and I'll put a screenshot up on the YouTube version. We're seeing a new kind of a mon or a new character, maybe a new faction symbol here on the back of the big guy. Um, and I wonder if Naoe starts fighting this faction and finds out it's her mother leading it,
Mm.
and that's the
Oh,
kind
that'd
of
be
the
cool.
betrayal or the antagonist is actually your mother. Oh my god, how could you do this, mum? you know, that's my thought.
Did see a post somewhere saying something along the lines of, yeah, I mean, usually when it comes down to family, Assassin's Creed hasn't got the best track record of it being a happy ending, so
There's not many good parents in the
prepare.
Assassin's Creed universe. No, no. I'll pause it again on another frame here. So there's a guy in a tree with a scythe and like horned helmet. I'm assuming this might be part of the new faction that we're fighting, and assume that's Naue walking through the woods, but let's see. Um, and then in the next frame, we've got a tripwire and an explosion, which is quite cool. I don't know whether that's just a new thing for us to avoid or whether we can lay tripwires. That would be quite cool. Although, how does that work with Assassin's Creed type of gameplay? No idea. And then
I
yeah,
mean,
we've got the
the only way it could work is with like if you knew the path the guards are patrolling.
yeah. Yeah, the game I've played most of Tripwise is Horizon Zero Dawn, but you can do that because you know the machines are going to charge at you, so you put
Yeah,
Tripwise in front of you, so it's easy. But
yeah.
that doesn't always work with Assassin's Creed. We've got a very brief clip of Naue doing some acrobatics with the bow, and then the hidden blade reveal. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm for the first time in 4 months. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to my replay. Actually, I know we were quite negative last time, and I was quite negative, but I'm looking forward to replaying it for sure.
Ooh, I never noticed that before.
What's that, mate?
Well, if you look at the hidden blade, the
Mm,
design is very different to nowadays.
let
There
me
seems to be more of a
slow the speed down here.
it's kind of hard to see with these pictures, but nowadays is a switchblade similar to Connor's.
Yeah,
But looking at the hidden blade she grabs there, it looks like it's a single unit, not a switchblade.
Yeah, it looks
uh,
more
that's got a dragon's head on
standard.
it. Is that not Naoe's blade that we're seeing, and her mother holding it, or we hit the person who we think is her mother?
No, I don't know.
I think it is because you see the person holding the blade, looking at it closely. They've got streaks of grey in their hair. You see
Possibly.
that? So I think that's an older person, middle-aged person. I mean, what's now 20 years old or something?
Mm,
She's
could
she
be
our
a time jump,
youngest
but
protagonist? Or maybe Ezio was our youngest protagonist. Okay, you play
not
as Connor
clear.
when he's about 8 years old. So actually, then you play as
Same with
Arno when
Arno.
he's 6 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay, forget that a line of thought. But anyway, Naue is a young adult, let's say, and I think this person's got streaks of grey in their hair. Looking at that,
Yeah, well, like I said, there could be a time jump, but I'm not sure. Oh wait,
yeah, good point.
she got grey hair there? Hmm.
That second person in the scene definitely has streaks of grey, and Naue
Yeah,
does not.
yeah.
It's definitely her mother by the look on her face.
I think it must be.
It
Must
has to
be.
be.
Because that was the biggest gap for me was there's Naue's story felt unfinished, and maybe this will bring some proper closure.
Have they ever spoke about more proper expansions after this one? Because they said something about
They said,
um updating it for a couple of years, did they not?
yeah. My only
Hmm.
thought, right, is so we know we got Claws of Awaji. We've seen a few hints as what's in it. There's also a lot of, I mean, Jesus, the fact that even what's the actor's name that plays Kenway, Edward Kenway? What's the actor's name?
Oh
Ryan,
yeah, Matt
Matt
Ryan, yeah.
Ryan. The fact that he said to someone, "You'll be playing that game again soon," when he was signing a poster for them, it feels like the Black Flag remake, remaster, whatever. I assume remake is well advanced. I wonder if
Mm.
future expansions after this one will be more about integrating content into the Animus Hub and jumping between different games or different memory streams. So whether it will be strictly Japan focused or something that's more about hopping between different characters, I don't know.
to be honest, what would be cool, and I'm going off the Forgotten Temple comic here,
Mm.
it would be pretty cool for them to do an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake with, let's say, a time jump mission that takes you to an island off the coast of Japan. And the knowledge that you learn from there could impact finding a location in Shadows, for example. So you then
That would be quite cool.
playing a game. So, because I think Black Flag is set way before Shadows, anyways. I'm
No,
trying to do
it's 120 years after.
after, yeah. So now I could leave something for the future,
True.
and then Kenway could find it in Black Flag.
maybe on Tsushima Island,
Yeah,
which
because
is halfway between like Korea and Japan.
well, the reason I think that is, and I know people haven't talked much about it because people think I'm going crazy, but there is a clear lore gap for me personally between Naoi's blade and Connor's blade
Yes,
because the Switchblade first introduced was with Connor,
pivot blade, right?
yeah, the pivot blade, and then now it's been reintroduced with Naoi. But judging by the codex and the stuff that Leonardo did for Ezio, the only blades ever truly designed for the Brotherhood was the spring blades, the gun blade, and the poison blade. There wasn't any designs for a well, there was a design for the crossbow blade which Arno used, but there was never a true design for the pivot blade.
Mm.
But the pivot blade was given by Achilles, and I'm pretty sure he probably found that while sailing around looking for artifacts. So it would be cool to have a connection to Shadows leaving the diagrams for the pivot blade for the future Brotherhood.
Yeah, yeah, that would
I'm
be
going
cool.
crazy with my theories. Ignore me.
No, I'm there for it. And it makes sense that there is geographically, Korea is not so far from Japan, and Kenway went to Korea, as you said, the webtoon has described. So I'm
And
up
it
for
would be a
that.
cool way to integrate the Animus Hub. Like you piece together the lore
Yeah,
interconnected through this one device.
yeah. Well, we've been chatting for 45 minutes or so. We said this would be a short episode, but actually, we've been nattering for ages. But I tell you what, let's leave it there because I'm going to try and get the edit done tonight and get this uploaded. So we've got progression update with New Game Plus, level caps, knowledge ranks. We've got quality of life improvements with time of day, unfogging the map. And then we've got the expansion in about 6, 7 weeks. I mean, for me, it's thumbs up to each of those. Chris, what's your overall impression?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty decent, especially because my main issue has been fixed, and obviously the expansion sounds great. And I just want to point out that it does say that it's the summer roadmap, so the fact that they're emphasizing that proves that they have more to come in the winter as well. And I mean, if they can top it, their winter roadmap, then sorted.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Declan, you're sort of Mr. Frowny Face, thumbs down on everything. You
I'm
know,
I think the best way to put it is I'm indifferent
I just
because
want to
of
say, right, to people listening just on the audio, I'm just pulling his leg. He knows that.
yeah,
I've known Declan a long time, and I can pull his leg over this stuff.
I think if I'm
So anyway,
being
come on, Mr.
genuine,
Grumpo, off. It's over to you.
if I'm being genuine, I'm indifferent just because I personally wish there was some more replayability to keep coming back to Shadows. But I
Yeah,
do praise Ubisoft for these updates because it does show a clear sign of listening, and it is giving new fans and current people who are replaying it some good improvements for such a great game. And Claws of Awaji, I'm going to pull a sick day for 2 days. So no one's going to find me for 2 days while I play it.
apparently it's 10 hours. I mean, you could play that in a day if you really put your mind to it. That's a day.
Hmm. Skip my work as a mentor, skip my courses, and play it all day Wednesday.
Yeah.
I could do that. Start at midnight, don't go to bed, just burn through it.
And maybe I should take the day off and do a live stream on the channel. Anyway, to be decided.
14 cans of Red Bull while I play it.
Sponsored by Red. Isn't there a Red Bull crossover or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there
yeah,
was.
yeah, we're going to need that for 16th of September. All right, gentlemen, as always, a pleasure. Thanks for sharing your opinions and your thoughts. Let's leave it there, and I'm going to head over to DaVinci Resolve and start editing this thing.
And I'm going to
Bye.
finally get some dinner. I'm starving.
Enjoy it, mate.
Thank you.